I want to share with you a few credit card secrets you got to know, and credit card secrets that banks and credit unions, frankly, wish you never knew. And number one, interest backdating. So most card issuers charge interest from the day a charge is posted to your account if you don't pay in full monthly, right? But some charge interest from the date of purchase, days before they have even paid the store on your behalf. So this is an important element to pay attention to. You have two-cycle billing. Issuers which use this method of calculating interest charge 2 months worth of interest for the first month you fail to pay off your total balance in full. And this issue arises only when you switch from paying in full to carrying a balance from month to month. So the remedy here is you want to switch issuers or always pay your balance in full. And number three, the right to set off. This is actually an important secret. If you have money on deposit at a bank and also have your credit card there, you may have signed actually an agreement where you open the deposit account, which permits actually the bank to take those funds if you become delinquent on your credit card. So this is why it's really important to bank at separate institutions or avoid delinquencies. Secret number four, fees are negotiable. See, you may be paying up to $50 a year or more as an annual fee on your credit card, but you may also be subject to finance charges of over 18%. Now, the thing is, if you are a very good customer, the bank may be willing to drop the annual fee and reduce the interest rate. You only have to ask. You got to ask. Otherwise, you can switch issuers to a lower priced card. You have options. Secret number five, interest rate hikes are retroactive. This is really important. If you sign up for a credit card with a low teaser rate, such as let's say 7.9% or 8.99%, when the low rate period expires, your existing balance will likely be subject to the regular and substantially higher interest rate. This could be 25%, 20%. Okay. So the remedy here is that you need to pay in full before the rate increase, or you just close the account altogether. So this is very important because the hikes here are retroactive. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You're going to enjoy today's conversation. We're going to reveal all the credit card secrets big banks and credit unions wish you never knew. Credit card secrets number six, shorten due date. So most card issuers offer a 25-day grace period in which to pay for new purchases without incurring finance charges. Some banks have shortened the grace period to 20 days, but only for customers who pay in full monthly. So the remedy here is to ask to go back to 25 days. You got to ask. If you don't ask, they're not doing it automatically. Secret number seven, eliminating grace periods altogether. The thing here is that the fabulous offer you receive in the mail for a gold card with a $10,000 credit limit and lots of features may not be so great because the most common string attached in the card has no grace period. You are charged interest on everything from the day you buy it, even if you pay on time. So the remedy here is to throw the offer out, to not actually sign up for it. Credit card secret number eight, disappearing benefits. Many banks and credit unions, for that matter, entice you to sign up with extra benefits such as lifetime warranty, a 5% discount on all travel, or protection if an item purchase is lost, right? Now, some banks have cut back on those extras without the fanfare that launched them in the first place. So the remedy here is you need to read the annual disclosure of changes and switch cards if need be. Credit card secret number nine, double fees on cash advances. Most credit cards impose both finance charges and a transaction fee on cash advances. So interest starts from the date of the advance, and the transaction fee can be up to 2.5% of the amount taken. 2.5%. Think about it. So beware of cards advertising no finance charges. Transaction fees may still apply. So the remedy here is you want to limit cash advances. As a matter of fact, to never actually take cash out of your credit card. That's just like, it's just one of those things you need to pay attention to. Credit card secret number 10, misleading monthly minimums. The thing is that you may think it is beneficial to have a card where you only used to pay 2% or 3% of your balance monthly. This is just the opposite, unfortunately, because the bank stands to make far more money from finance charges the longer you carry out payments. And the thing is that you foot the bill. So the remedy here is to pay all you can monthly. Don't go with the 2% or 3%. This is really it's misleading, okay? Boss, I want to quickly remind you, today's topic, we are having a conversation about the biggest credit card secrets big banks and credit unions wished you never knew. Credit card secret number 11, the fixed rates. If you think you've got a fixed rate, not so fast. If you're like most credit card holders, one of the first details you pay attention to is when considering a credit card is the APR, right? Or annual percentage rate. So your APR is actually the interest rate you pay to use the card. And some cards were telling you, listen, you have a fixed rate, 8%. But they change it. They change it. A fixed rate may not fluctuate the way a variable rate does, but it is not carved in stone either. In fact, your fixed rate, quote unquote, fixed rate is subject to change anytime at the creditor's discretion. So if you carefully pore over the fine print of your credit card terms, and most consumers don't, you will notice that the detail of the credit card issuers want you to overlook. They have the right to bump up your APR at any time, as long as they give you a formal notice as required by law. That's all. Secret number 12, your credit card company can legally charge whatever interest it wants. So this is kind of similar to what I said earlier. Basically, the interest is not really set in stone. Whether they charge you interest or they charge you like finance charges or cash advance fees, whatever it is, they have latitude here, and they don't have to actually. They just need to let you know maybe 30 days in advance or two weeks in advance, send you a letter, whatever. But they are free to do whatever they want to do. Secret number 13 here: a no limit card doesn't mean what you think it means. So if you think no limit cards, you're probably thinking, well, I can use the card and I can charge like 10 grand. I can charge 20 grand. I can charge like 25 grand on the card. No. And no limit cards mean usually those cards are cards that are great for folks with good credit. So basically this is like a charge card. So you really have to pay the full balance every month. So for instance, American Express card or Capital One cards. So basically you have to pay the full balance every month. And so the thing is that before you get those cards, the card issuer will look at your credit history, income, prior balance, payment history, and the length of time you've had the account open. But it doesn't mean that you can charge whatever you want. Secret number 14. Credit card rewards are not as rewarding as creditors want you to think. Because the thing is, when you are forced to spend to earn cash back, how much are they making? And how much are they making on the transaction? And how much are you making? Versus like, do you really need that purchase? Do you need that expense? So those are things you need to really think about beforehand. And credit card secrets number 15, cut up those balance transfer checks. When you get the balance transfer checks, you think, well, wow, this is a good opportunity to save money. No, not so well, because they're charging you 3% balance transfer fees. And they even have minimum. They say, minimum $5 or $10. And in some cases you are charged 5%. So this is a lot. So they're not really that well. They're not really that good either. Credit card secret number 16, minimum payments are not what they used to be, and it's not for your benefits. And the whole thing here is that when we talk about minimum payments, I'm not talking about the 2% I spoke about earlier. I'm talking about like in general, they tell you, well, pay us $20 or pay us $15 or whatever. But the thing here is that you need to understand that the statement balance is the full amount of what you owe for your billing period. And they're charging you interest on that statement balance. So they're telling you, hey, listen, just pay us $50 or pay us $100. If you owe $10,000, you're still paying interest, maybe 20% on that $9,900. That's a lot of cash. And the banks, that's what the banks actually want you to really believe, that you have latitude here, but you do not have latitude. Credit card secrets number 17, you are paying interest on interest. And the thing is that, if you don't actually pay your balance in full, let's say in 1 month, you are charged interest, right? And if you don't pay the full balance next month, you are going to pay actually interest on the interest that you actually accumulated the prior month. So this is just like this is how accrued interest works. It is what it is. Secret number 18, your grace period is shorter than you think. You might be thinking, well, hey, listen, I think I have 25 days or whatever. No, I think I said this before, that the bank can change it. But in some cases, Everybody believes it's 25 days, but without actually reading the fine print of your credit card agreement, you have no idea what the grace period really is. It can be 18 days, it can be 20 days, it can be 21 days. So please pay attention and read the fine prints. If you are traveling or just shopping online, you could get hit with a foreign transaction fee. The thing is that when people talk about transaction fee, the thing is that if you have a credit card transaction in a currency that is different from the US dollar, you can invite foreign transaction fee even if you don't travel. It's all about, because the bank is actually incurring charges when doing the transaction on your behalf, so they have to actually recoup some of those expenses by charging you back. So this is why. And secret number 20, you want to be a deadbeat. And the thing here is that, let me explain here. Most of us think of a deadbeat as someone who doesn't pay up, but in the credit card industry, it's the opposite. Credit card companies make their money off of what they call revolvers. So revolvers are consumers who carry a revolving balance on their cards month after month. And here's the important part: pay interest on that continuous balance. So you are a revolver if you make a purchase and pay it off over more than a billion cycle, but continue to make further purchases. So whether you make the minimum payment or more, you do not pay off the balance in full, so you are still subject to interest charges that go straight to the credit card company's bottom line. And guess what? Credit card companies love you for that. Revolvers are the card holders who bring in the most money. And if on the other hand, you are paying off your balance in full every month within the grace period, you really don't pay interest charges at all. You are what the credit card company calls a transactor, or less politely, a deadbeat. Okay, so it is what it is. Boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about credit card secrets, big banks and credit unions wish you never knew. Secret number 21. Your credit score does not take a hit when you pay off your credit card debt, but your credit card company won't tell you so. The thing here is that people, there is this myth that, your credit score will take a hit when you don't pay off your credit card debt. No, the credit card company has to report the transaction to the credit bureau. And sometimes credit card companies, they actually reach out to the consumer first. Okay, they do not do it right away. They want to talk to the consumer first to see what's really happening. So it could be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months before they report the transaction or the missed payment to the credit bureau. So in that time, your credit report is not taking a hit. It's not automatic. A lot of folks believe, if I don't pay off my credit card, then I'll take a hit. My credit score will take a hit. No, it's not automatic. It takes some time. So it is what it is. Secret number 22. Not understanding introductory or promotional offers could really cost you big time. It's because the thing is, whenever you have an offer, a promo offer, those promo offers have some kind of terminology, and you need to understand. Many cardholders only open an account in the first place because the credit card company promotes an intro offer too good to pass up. Maybe you are offered a cashback bonus, extra airline miles, a gift card just for signing up, or a store discount, right? So whatever they offer, you need to be fully aware of the strings attached, or the promotion could turn out not to be such a great deal after all. So for one thing, these promotional bonuses usually are not automatic. You need to do something like spend a certain amount of money in a certain amount of time to activate them. Make sure you understand your obligations, or you might be disappointed. And the bigger issue though is when the promotional offer has to do with the card's interest rate or an annual fee. Some no annual fee cards are really no first year cards. So unless you look carefully through the fine prints and the terms and conditions, you may not find this out until you get hit with an annual fee, which can often add up to $100 or more. So be very careful here. 23, do not be fooled by the 0% financing offers, or you can end up owing a lot of cash. Because the 0%, again, financing offers, they actually say 0% APR, but they're charging you like 3% balance transfer fees, or they're charging you 1% somewhere, or 2% somewhere. So be really careful here. And it's all about reading the fine print so you have a clear idea. Now, if they tell you 0% financing offer for 6 months, and after 6 months they're charging you 22%, think about it. If you don't pay the full balance within 6 months, which most people don't, you're paying the rest of the balance at 22% at the higher interest rate. So this could be really, really problematic. Secret number 24, you can be penalized. You can actually be penalized twice for one late payment. Okay. And it's one thing that credit card companies are really shrewd at. They actually bury this clause in the fine print. But yeah, no matter how hard you're trying to make the right financial moves, life can sometimes get in the way. So if an abrupt financial struggle causes you to miss a payment deadline, you need to really worry about that. You can have like a double charge here. The first consequence you'll face is a late fee, and a late fee is a one-time penalty, but you'll get charged up to $35 for this one-time lapse. If your payment is more than a little late, generally 60 days or more, you might get hit with a second penalty that's likely to hurt even more. The credit card company may hike up your APR, not only on your existing balance, but also on your future purchases. Another secret I want to share with you here is that paying one credit card late could affect every line of credit you have. Because see, even though banks don't talk to each other, basically they check your credit score and they see your credit report to see what's really happening. So if they see that you are actually missing payments on one credit card, they know they might be the next. So they're taking preventive. They will try to preempt the behavior by actually increasing your either increasing your credit card your APR or reducing your limit. That way, they're just minimizing risk. It's all about minimizing risk. Unfortunately, it is what it is. Credit card secret number 26. There is a time limit on penalty APR hikes. And the thing is that a lot of consumers who have no idea about that. It may sound like a lot of doom and gloom, but there is good news if you have been hit with the penalty interest rates. Under the Credit Card Act of 2009, credit card companies are only allowed to raise your interest rate for a limited time, not forever. And so you can reverse your penalty rate by making all of your payments on time for at least 6 consecutive months. Once you've done this, your credit card company is supposed to change your rate back to what it was before the penalty interest rate kicked in. So this is really important. And so this rule does not benefit your credit card company. So don't be surprised if this is one secret your creditor is not eager to share with you. So know your rights and keep track of your payments following the late payment. So if 6 months of on-time payments go by, but your credit card company doesn't change your rate back on its own, remind them that that's the law. The next secret is even if your bill goes into collection, you cannot be harassed. Okay. If you're not able to get your finances back on track, that one missed payment could progress a lot further. But you basically, in terms of the law, you cannot be harassed, and the law is there. So it's called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and this was passed in 1977 and amended 2010. So really, you are not going to be harassed under the law. Secret number 28, your credit card company doesn't have to work with you in the debt settlement plan. So a lot of consumers believe that it is automatic. No, things do not happen automatically like this. The credit card company has the choice. They have latitude. They can say, you know what, we don't like the terms and conditions here. We're not going to ratify it, and they will be in their full rights to do so. Secret number 29: it's not as easy to get rid of credit card debt by declaring bankruptcy as it used to be, and it's all the credit card industry's fault. Okay, so simply because you're having problems and you want to file for bankruptcy, you think your credit card debts will go away? No, it won't go away right away. There are some clauses and provisions in the law that really prevent that. And secret number 30, the last but not the least, you are in charge even if you don't realize it. So as I told you, if you read the laws that I just spoke to you about, the laws is on your side. The Fair Debt Collection Practices Act is on your side. But the thing is, a lot of us are just a little lazy to read the fine prints and even read the laws. So things like APR hikes or things like collections, credit card companies can't do it under the law. But if you don't know the law, you can't really, keep them accountable. So this is why a lot of people forget and they get sued and they really get in trouble. Secret number 31, you can get a sign-up bonus and close the account. Credit card companies regularly offer big sign-up bonuses to lure customers to sign up for a new card. Those bonuses can be worth thousands of dollars alone. And so you can actually just sign up for have a new account, and you can actually just use the card for a few months and then close the account. It can be 6 months or 9 months. You can close the account afterwards. Okay. And number 32, you can get a fee waived or lower interest rate if you ask. You got to ask, and ask politely though. Okay. Some banks are willing to lower your interest rate or waive a fee. You just have to call them and ask nicely. Really, it happens all the time. Try, just write a script and just ask. Number 33, issuers make a ton of money from interchange. Every time you use a credit card or debit card, a complex series of electronic communications and charges takes place. The merchant has to pay a fee of around 2% to 5% of the total transaction, which is split between the card issuer, banks, and payment processing networks. So those processing fees add up to billions of dollars in profits each year for your credit card issuer. You can open a no annual fee credit card and never pay a cent of interest, but your bank will still make tons of money if you use the card regularly. Keep that in mind, as it is an incentive for banks to want to keep you around, even if that means waiving an annual fee or throwing in an extra perk every once in a while. Next, you can convert a card into one with no annual fee. Okay, so if you have a credit card with an annual fee and you don't want to keep paying the fee, closing the card can hurt your credit score. You can call up the issuer and ask to convert the card to one without any fees, and most of the time they're happy to oblige. So this is kind of cool. And the last secret I want to share with you today is that a perfect credit score is a gateway to free travel. Really, the best travel rewards credit cards are reserved for those with the best credit scores, and if you qualify, you can regularly earn bonuses of 50,000 to 100,000 miles for opening a new card and spending a few $1,000s on the card in the first few months after opening the new account. Totally fine. Some rewards programs come with flexible hotel and airline transfer partners. Some offer, let's say, a cashback on travel purchases. Others still allow you to book travel directly with the issuer's travel portal to use your points with no blackout dates or restrictions. So this is really cool. Thank you so much for your attention, boss. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I share with you the 35 credit card secrets big banks and credit unions wished you never knew. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.